All right, so we are talking about all of this winter weather now because our plants and pets need attention before it all moves in. Joining us now to talk about preparation for this winter weather is Mark Wilson, our local extension agent with the LSU Ag Center. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so you've seen Patrick's weather forecast, really cold temperatures, extended period, precipitation. Tell me what that means for our plants.
So when it's starting to drop temperatures quickly, we got to make sure we get it prepped early. Just like you said, one of the best things we can do now, starting tomorrow morning, if you haven't watered and you didn't get enough rain in your house, water in your plants. Sounds weird, but water actually will help keep those plants warmer from their root system, and then covering them. Now, a sheet will work, a tarp is even better. Anything is better than nothing. If you, especially if you have new established plants, covering them up now, letting them have all day tomorrow, get that warm air trapped underneath that structure, and that'll keep it protected. If you have them, another option, and a great thing to add in is supports underneath that tarp or that cover. If you can get about 1 inch to 2 inches of lift above and around that plant so it's not touching directly, you can prevent some frost damage. If you don't, it's okay. You just may did some damage right there on the tips of those branches where you're gonna get a little too cold.
And if we get considerable snow and sleet, I mean, there's weight to it, as we were talking about with the power line. So it could cause the plants to just break.
Correct. So snow is actually a great thing because it'll be an insulator. But if, yes, we get the ice, which we're looking like we're gonna get during the daytime, if it does stop, you can go out there, remove that sheet or that cover, allow it to kind of warm up, get some airflow, but then recover it within an hour or two just to get that heat retrapped. If it's just ice and it's still kind of coming down, if you have the opportunity to get out there in the slower periods, break it off, shake it out, kind of uncover it to get some of that weight off so that it's not putting all that weight on those limbs. If they're just also the tarp, they're able to kind of let it fall, but when it's sitting on top of that cover, it weighs it the entire structure, and those smaller, weaker branches will break.
All right, well, some of us have more plants than tarps. How do we decide which ones to focus on?
So your older, more established plants, your larger shrubs and trees in your landscape, they've been through this before, they'll be fine for the most part. It's the younger, newer plants. If a shrub or a tree is less than 2 years old, it's smaller, that's the ones. If you've planted them this year, definitely make sure they're covered if you can. So that's where I would start. Your annuals and all of that, it's hit or miss. You may get lucky, you may not. But that's where I would start. I would start with my newer planting, my more valuables. If you have that sentimental plant, you have that key plant in your landscape that makes it all flow and look good together, that's what I would start with, and then everything else is just what we can get to.
All right, lots of people have azaleas. Those are...
So you're probably gonna lose some of your buds for the spring. If they're double bloomers, hey, you're good. You'll still get some fall ones. Your spring ones, you may lose some just because that, even if you put something over it, if it touches, the wind starts to hit it, it's gonna knock those buds off. They're already set, they're already there. But it's better than doing nothing if you can.
All right, livestock.
So livestock, I'm not the expert, but I did talk to our local experts to make sure I got you the right information. If it's hoof stock, your goats, your sheep, anything big, make sure you get extra feed out there, give them an extra bedding if they're inside of a structure. Make sure to break their water. It's something most people don't think about. Cracking that water every couple hours, going out there just to make sure it's not frozen over. If you have chickens or smaller game fowl or anything like that, covering up their coop, giving it some insulation, extra bedding, extra feed is the biggest thing for all of them though.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now you all know what you need to do and get to work. And